The
Initial D
would that
is getting an adaptation. I'm sure loads of people know what Initial D. No one knows what Initial D is, do they?
No.
Anyway, Initial
Nope.
D was an anime.
well, I meant the tip, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Initial D is an anime. It's essentially generated spawned a few generations of car guys, right? This is the Toyota AE86, the Toyota Corolla AE86, which has famously been redone now with the Toyota 86 and the Subaru BRZ. This is the car that you can see on the screen, which is obviously they're trying to emulate that sort of style, rear-wheel drive, blah blah blah, and it famously this anime showed very very famously two-gay driving, right? So two-gay driving is basically drifting up and down mountains, right? Windy roads, and it was a really really big thing. He's a tofu delivery driver. That's what he does with his Toyota AE86. These cars are fucking rare. They're incredibly rare, incredibly expensive. And Sung Kang, who did Fast and Furious, is now going to be directing Initial D. Now, this is good for a few reasons because, and we'll get into what they say in a little bit, and I'll give you my opinion now first. This is good for a few reasons because Sung Kang, although he starred in, although he's an actor and he starred in Fast and Furious, fucking loves his cars, and I mean really loves his cars. He's massive car guy, huge car guy. His car collection alone should inspire a significant amount of confidence with respect to him, taking this seriously. It's not the same as, say, what was the latest one that came out with Neil Blomkamp? What was that?
Gran Turismo.
That one.
Yeah.
It's not the same as that. It's not. That's a guy taking a paycheck. No offense, Blomkamp, but you're taking a paycheck. You're not a car guy. Sure, you did your best. This is a car guy who's an actor turned director working on a car. The legendary Initial D being adapted. That's a massive bonus. Huge bonus. So let's take a look at this. So a bit of a background for people that know anything about this, or don't know anything about this. So following his directorial debut with the film Shaky Shivers, a comedic horror set in Northern California, actor turned director Sung Kang has revealed 2 more projects that he's currently helming. One of them should be quite appealing for fans of the Fast and Furious franchise. Kang, who starred as Han Lu in the Fast and Furious franchise, revealed to the South China Morning Post that he's directing an adaptation of Shuichi Shigeneo's Initial D manga. So it was a manga turned anime. So for those who are unfamiliar with the manga, Kang explained it in the most basic type of way. It's about cars and drifting and cool things like that. It's basically it. A little bit interpersonal drama thrown in as well, but that's the basis of it, right? It's centered all around that, and it's fucking good as well. Excuse the language. Almost a Rocky or Karate Kid, he added. A fun, big budget movie that expresses my love affair for cars. So more specifically, Initial D is a manga series written and illustrated by Shuichi Shigeneo, I'm butchering that, that takes us into the world of illegal Japanese street racing. Two-gay racing. The story follows teenage high school Takumi Fujiwara, whose job as a tofu delivery boy has helped turn him into one of the most formidable drivers around. Because for those that don't know, Japan actually had an incredibly prominent illegal night drive street race scene. Fucking huge. It was massive, like beyond belief. These rich businessmen would be working day jobs as businessmen, and then they'd hop in Nissan GTRs, Toyota Supras, whatever at night, and just fucking go hooning down the motorway. On belief. You want to look up this stuff, guys, because it is larger than life. It's like it sounds like a comedy, but yeah, they would do that, and they were notorious. It was crazy. So I mean, there you go. I mean, it's looking like a lot of you guys don't know what I'm talking about. That's fine, but what do you think? And do you know anything about it? Let me know. For those that don't know, I'm a huge car guy. Yeah. I'm a huge car guy. I've got 3 cars. I've got a 4th one on the way. I love my old Japanese cars. I love rare cars. I'm a big car guy. I've even got a car channel, which I don't talk about very much. I'm a big car guy, so this to me, love it. Lots of people in the chat are saying they're really keen on it as well.
Yeah.
What do we think? Culture?
I'm stoked, man. Okay, so I'm one of those people that I like these kinds of films. I know it's a terrible movie, but I like Tokyo Drift, which is mentioned in the article and all that. I mean, I like a lot of these car racing things, and I love cars. So this will appeal to me despite having no knowledge of it ahead of time, and yet I believe in it because again, you cited his credentials. So, and I still think your characterization of Blomkamp's Gran Turismo is a little harsh, but it's fine. We don't have to agree on it. But it's a great film, actually, but it's fine. I mean, you know what? I've decided maybe you weren't loved as a child by your parents. That's what it is. So you didn't like the too much family. Too much family.
I would say it was a little overrated.
It's pretty good.
It was good, but it was a little overrated.
But what I enjoy is that if they really are going to dive into this, and again, I like the illegal Japanese street racing like thing, and I'm stoked. Yeah, I'm stoked.
Yeah. Nick?
So I don't know anything about Initial D, but I do know about Initial D's nuts. But no, but in all seriousness, if you got a car guy who has a love for cars, he's been part of the Fast and Furious franchise for a long time. Plus, this is coming from a Japanese anime. You know, they knocked it out of the park with One Piece, and I'm just like, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about One Piece, just like I don't know about anything about Initial D. And so if they take the same care and love of that and stick to the source material and kind of put like maybe a more interesting, modern day twist on as far as with cars or whatever, that'd probably be fine. But if they can do that, I could end up loving this thing like the way I love One Piece when I don't know anything about Initial D. And maybe word of mouth will be huge too. If this thing comes out and everybody's like, this movie is freaking badass. It's a movie and it's not a show, right?
Yeah, I think movie said movie.
Yeah.
I think.
So yeah, I'll be curious once it comes out to see what everybody's take is on it. If everybody's saying that it's worth a watch, I'll definitely check it out for sure.
Yeah, I think it doesn't say whether it's a movie. I'm assuming it's a movie. I would imagine so. And just as a bit of a background, these are some of his cars. So he owns a 1973 Datsun 240Z, Fuguzi. He's got a 1963 Datsun L3.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
that's old school right there.
You said Fuguzi, I said Fuguyu.
So I've got a car similar-ish to this, a few years newer generation, but a sort of a four-door version of it, which is there. You can kind of see similarities-ish. So this is the L320, which is also the 520, and then the 521, and then from there it sort of developed into the 510, which is what that car is, which I've got. So it sort of generated up through the years.
And that is a tough.
Love those old pickups. He's got a Buick Grand National. Bloody cool. And he's also got a Datsun 240Z G Money, the 1976 one. Everyone loves Datsun
looking good.
So it looks like this guy's a Datsun fan as well.
Oh, and he's got a 1974 Porsche 914 V8. So pretty bloody cool. And that's apparently it. I'm sure he's probably got more. This is all I could find really, really quickly whilst I was, we're doing this stream just to sort of validate some of the stuff. So this is why I'm personally excited for it, because I think, I just think it'd be really good. Literally just from that, to be fair.
I think this is the third topic that we've talked about today that we've haven't been shitting all over something, and it's been something
good, isn't it?
Good.
What do you think, Tom?
It's not a hate stream.
I'll go with what you said since you're the big car fan here.
I mean, yeah, that works.
Car movies lately haven't exactly done the best. I don't think we've had a successful car movie since Baby Driver at this point.
Oh
Ford
God,
versus
Baby
Ferrari,
Driver.
mate.
Oh,
Ford
well,
versus
was that
Ferrari.
successful financially though?
No, but an exceptionally good film.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
But I think that came out at the time when theaters had to shut down quickly as well.
Perhaps, but I'm just
You're
saying, I'm
right.
trying to look at it from the perspective of last Fast and Furious movie didn't do all that great. There hasn't been a lot of
Did
racing movies that.
225 million worldwide. So
Which one?
The
Ford
last
versus
one.
Ferrari on a $97 million budget.
So it's eked by.
So, yeah, just scraped.
It made
So
it
not
look
great.
What I'm just saying is right now I'm not so sure. I mean, the studios are going to notice that there's not a lot of interest. So unless this movie does well, then I mean, car fans show up for stuff like this. Otherwise, they're not going to make those kind of movies.
No.
Yeah,
And internationally, even still today, the Fast and Furious movies do great.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I think this will blow up in Japan. Like,
yeah.
Japan has been a big market for some films. Japan has provided. I think it was for Mission Impossible. It took over $100 million in Japan, right? So I think it's Mission Impossible anyway. So if they turn out for this, that could make or break the whole thing, basically, just from them alone. So it says a lot.